27th, 1540. In a desperate attempt to suppress a rapidly growing movement known as the Protestant Reformation, Pope Paul III, one of the bloodiest popes to ever reign as Pontiff of Rome, has just issued a papal bull entitled Regimine Militantis Ecclesiae. In this letter, he's declared that his permission has been given to exnite a Spaniard priest by the name of Ignatius Loyola to form a militant society called the Society of Jesus, an order of priests that will go on to be known as the Pope's Militia. This society swore to obey the Pope as an army obeys its general. It was not canonical but military obedience which the members offered him. They would go to whatsoever place, at whatsoever time, and on whatsoever errand he should be pleased to order them. They were, in short, to be not so much monks as soldiers. The Jesuits are a military organization, not a religious order. Their chief is a general of an army, not the mere father abbot of a monastery. It was with this new military order that Ignatius waged his war to conquer the world, not for Rome, but for himself. Though in the public eye, members of the Jesuit order pledged their total obedience to the papacy, in secret, his army gave their fidelity to none but one, Ignatius himself, and any individual who in the future will occupy his role as their superior general, which, over time, will come to acquire a more diabolical name, the Black Pope. Historians say that Loyola was a mad genius and a member of a mystic sect of occultists known as the Alumbrado, or the Enlightened Ones. He was a trained initiate in the ancient mystery religions of Babylon and Egypt, a worshipper of Isis, Horus, and their originator Semiramis. One historian actually writes that he had a perfect and profound knowledge of human nature and the natural sequence of events. And it was with this perfect and profound knowledge of the human nature that he went about remolding, reshaping, refining the minds of the men within his Jesuit army. There is no record in history of any man, be he king, emperor, or pope, exercising such absolute and irresponsible power over his fellow men as does the general of the Jesuits over his disciples. He alone could have devised a scheme by which one free, rational being is converted into a mere automation, acting, speaking, even thinking according to the express will of another.
Key to Ignatius Loyola's order were something called the spiritual exercises. These were based on the experiences and secret teachings he had received whilst in the cave at Manresa. He basically made a template of what he had done in the cave to summon the serpent with the secret knowledge, and then passed it on to his followers. These spiritual exercises formed the foundation of his entire movement. All Jesuits would have to go through them in order to bring themselves to the same kind of mind as Loyola had himself after 10 months in the cave. They involve systematic meditation, prayer, contemplation, visualization and illumination, and would lead to a trance-like state of ecstasy. By following these rituals, he and his followers were even seen to levitate off the floor. The spiritual exercises initiation would take 30 days, and initiates were brought through them by a supervisor or director. For the entirety of that period they were told what to think, how to feel, when to groan, what to sigh, what to imagine, and they were to cut off all normal human emotion throughout those experiences. By the end of the 30 days the initiate was to have his mind broken like that of a horse, so that he was now ready to be utterly obedient in all things. An observer of the Jesuits wrote, "Not only visions were prearranged, but also sights, inhalings, breathing was noted down, the pauses and intervals of silence were written down like a music sheet, which meant that the man, being inspired or not, became a machine who had to sigh, sob, groan, cry, shout, or catch his breath at the exact moment and in the order which experience showed to be the most profitable. Using this method, Loyola needed only 30 days to break someone's will and reasoning.
On page 42 of the Illuminati Formula of Mind Control, Cisco Wheeler gives a list of groups that are involved in trauma-based programming today. Guess who we find on this list? The Catholic Church has long said, give me a child by the age of 5, and they will be Catholic. The Catholic Church is one of the largest parts of the network that carries out monarch mind control. It is a fact that if the Jesuits can place in their program what they call the keys to the kingdom monarch mind control within a child, they will control his destiny. One Jesuit priest is on record as stating that there is nothing he can't make anyone do with torture. It was the Jesuit order itself that perfected the art of torture. In fact, one of the main reasons why they were so good at it was because they would send themselves through it. To beat or flagellate ourselves, and offer each blow as a sacrifice to God through Mary, to carve with the knife the holy name of Mary on our chest, is the practice of members of the order. My friend, nowhere in Scripture will you find a single text that advocates this type of behavior. You will not find a single passage that, for one, tells you to worship Mary, and two, says you should carve her name in your chest. You will not find a single passage that says to do this. But what you will find is many, many passages that classify this type of behavior as demonic possession. And it was with this militia of demonically possessed drones that Ignatius set about turning the world upside down for the ruler of darkness.